By the power of the north winds, you're here, and of course you're watching On the Peg with me, your host, the eyebrow raising. You gotta admit, I do like my Norse mythology kind of guy. I am the Mad Montreal, and of course it is Monday here today. And you know what that means? When it's Monday, it is a Marvel Monday. Now, I have two things for you. Now, the first thing is, I already took this out of the package. I bought this Thor's Light at GameStop. They had a $5 Friday, so I picked it up. And, well, this is it. It needs batteries. I didn't do an unboxing for this thing because I think any true comic book fan would be kind of like, what the heck is that piece of junk you just bought? I mean, maybe a 5-year-old might like it. It doesn't even look like a good representation of Millionaire. It's just really lame. I can't believe Marvel licensed this to get built, because it is a licensed product. I mean, it'd be a bit better if it was actually heavy. It had some weight to it. You'd be like, oh my god, your light's really heavy. This is, well, I wasted $5. That's all I gotta say. I'm not impressed. I mean, the only thing it's good for is maybe a background prop. I don't know, and I don't really care at this point. But you're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about, well, let's be honest. It's Monday, so right off the bat, I want to get this out of the way now. Do you know where the name Monday comes from? Here's a fact for you. Monday is named after the Norse god Mon. It's the same for Tuesday. It's named after the god of war, Tyr. Wednesday is Woden's Day. And of course, by now, if you don't know this, Thursday is named after Thor, and Friday is named after Freya. It's only 2 days of the week that aren't from Norse mythology. Go figure that one out. But you're not really here for a lesson in what the names of the week are, or where they come from, or Norse mythology. You're here because you want to see me look at an action figure. Well, I promised it, and it's going to happen today. Today we're looking at Loki. Not the Disney TV series Loki in female form. No, we're not going Disney way. We're going to go comic book Loki in woman form. So what do you say I take my preferred weapon of choice in this ever-ending war against the gods of plastic, Dr. Scobble, and let's take Loki out of her packaging, and we'll be back after the close-up. Alright, I admit I used it as a prop in the close-up. It's still, yeah. Alright, so what you saw in the close-up, here she is, Loki as a female. Now, she does come with 2 spare-fisted hands, but I find these hands are a bit better looking. The funny thing is, when I look at this, I mean, that's a nice face sculpt. I do give the face sculpt credit. It's a nice face sculpt. I like the face sculpt. However, the body makes me think of the Eternals movie toy. I don't know why. Cersei. But no, it's good and bad. I like the face sculpt. I like the fact they didn't do the U-joint torso, which, as you know by watching the show, I am not a fan of. Still not a fan of the legs, because you have this wonderful pattern here. The slit for the rotation. Once again, if you move it sideways, it looks funny. They didn't continue the pattern, so it's kind of awkward to have a pattern. It's like you're wearing thigh-high boots and that's it. Overall, though, it's not a bad figure. I don't mind it as much as I thought I was. Articulation is limited. Every time I went to pose, I felt like I was going to break a joint. The arms don't go up at all. You cannot T-bar this action figure at all. It's pretty much, you know, you're going to do a kind of like Loki-esque type pose with the fingers and so forth. Do I regret having Loki? No, I don't. But just for once, I'm going to be like every other freaking action figure guy you see. I'm going to compare this Loki to the original Marvel Legends Loki. Oh, look, they're both green. You know, it looks more like Loki's daughter because, you know, this is the original Marvel Legends Loki. Check out how horny he is. He's got big horns. Horny. Once more, Vikings, the Norse, never wore horned helmets, and even when I was doing all my research on Norse mythology, I never found even one reference in art that depict Loki as having horns on his helmet. This is definitely a Jack Kirby thing, and I don't mind because it's Kirby, it's a different universe. But you know, overall, it's a nice companion piece to Loki. But like I said, I'm going to do this for like the really first time in a long time, and I don't normally do this. Let's compare Loki to the old Marvel Legends Thor. Oh, look, she's puny. She's small. And yes, his winged helmet is crooked. It happens with storage and age. But I was wrong, by the way. I did have a Beta Ray Bill. It's the old Beta Ray Bill. He's really short in comparison. Yeah, and another problem with these old Marvel Legends, stiff. I can't get this arm to go down. That's it. It just didn't age well. And one of my favorite Thors, of course, is the bearded Thor with axe and hammer. Yeah, these two go well together. I mean, that looks nice together. And one of my favorite Marvel Legend of all time, of course, Loki and the man himself, the Allfather, Odin. That's it. Well, in comparison to the older Thors, okay, let's do this. Okay, here's old Loki. Here's new Loki. I'm the shelf. Okay, so it beats old Loki. Compared to old Thor, it beats old Thor. Compared to Beta Ray Bill, well, his arm doesn't go down and he's too short. So there you go. I'll give you an answer. To my favorite Thor, that's more appropriate. And to the Allfather, well, she can go behind him. Because after all, Loki would stab you in the back. And that's it. That's it for this Marvel Legend. She's, in some ways, front of the shelf, behind Odin. That's it. If you see her, I'd say pick her up. She's a nice looking figure. It's a nice addition. I can also see a lot of people who do customs changing her into a DC character, like Morgan Le Fay. I do see that happening. I do wish, however, that there was more articulation. I mean, this is when they should have done a cloth cape, because it would have been easier to move her arm. The shoulders do limit her completely to anything with the arms raised. Yes, articulation-wise, there's not much there. But does it really matter? Because let's be honest, you're going to take Loki, you're going to put her on a shelf, you're going to pose her with the irons, maybe, and that's it. So that's it. I do recommend picking her up. Price-wise, she's not the most expensive Marvel Legend. She's in their normal Marvel Legends price range, which is still a bit more expensive than DC Multiverse from McFarlane. I find the McFarlane toys, on average, are priced cheaper than the average Hasbro or whatever company is making these guys now. But not a bad one to my collection. And that's going to wrap up the Marvel Mondays for Season 3. There's only 2 episodes of On the Peg left. One this Friday, one the following Friday. Then I'll be on hiatus for a while. There might be a couple of specials, but Season 4 will be back probably, I don't know, late December, January. It all really depends. I don't know. Beta Ray Bill. He should be bigger. I do like the fact his mouth moves. I forgot I had him. He's also got that weird cape, but whatever. But that's it. Yeah, that's it for the Marvel Mondays. Will there be any more in season 4? I don't know. Depends on what happens in the next 2 months. It depends how I'm going to redo the show for season 4. I still will be in the studio because this is nice to sit down and do a show. And I do like my wall. I might change up the wall a bit. I don't know yet. But also the fact that, they do cost money. Marvel Legends are expensive. I don't normally collect them anymore, so it's debatable if I'll have a lot of Marvel Mondays in season 4. It might not be a regular thing like it's been lately. Because, obviously I'm a DC guy. And that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the Marvel Mondays. And as I said before, if you want more Marvel Mondays or figures I don't normally buy, hey, I'm not going to say no to free stuff. And that's pretty much it. Tune in on Friday for the regular On the Peg show, episode 51 of season 3. And if you like the show, well, it takes, 10 seconds at best to hit like. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. When you subscribe, you can also get a little notification thing because those specials I'm talking about will pop up. You don't know when. And that's it. I'm going to basically wrap this puppy up. I'm going to go back to my office in the basement, get some editing done so I can post this for you, and probably do some more job hunting at the same time. But once more, thank you to my loyal fans and friends, of course, who watch the show. Michael's a new subscriber, by the way. Thanks for joining at the end of the season. Don't worry, there will be a season 4. Just don't know when. Probably January, like I said. And I guess I'll see you guys on Friday for the regular On the Peg. And as you know, episode 52, I'm warning you yet again. Episode 52, not this week's episode. This week's episode is going to be a normal episode. Episode 52 is going to be a big one. It's a big, giant, end of the season Batman special. And, it's going to be hectic. But until then, I hope you guys do your best, because it's really important, to basically physically, to do this. Keep your brain active, so mentally, and of course, emotionally, do your best to stay healthy. And even though there are some limitations in life that you can't get every toy you want, you have to watch me on Mondays and Fridays from time to time, but still do your best to stay happy. And last, and this is important to me, no matter what you're going through in life, and trust me, I'm going through, almost panic mode some days. Mad Montreal Man is my release from the anxiety and panic of not working. But it's the way I do it, to talk with my hands. I told you, unsupervised, unscripted, and unrehearsed. But this is what I do. It's my little way of finding something in my life. Because, doing a fake smile all the time. First of all, I look creepy when I smile. I don't like putting on a fake smile, but I can't put on a persona. Because this persona of the Mad Montreal Man is my way of basically doing my best to stay positive. And I encourage you to do the same. And I will see you guys on Friday. Until then, I hope you have a good week. And be nice to each other. It's important.